We should be live.
All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Aaron Stich, founder of the E-commerce Business School with the awesome Brian Cummings, Director of Training and Coaching. Good morning to you, Brian.
Good morning, and good morning, everybody.
All right. Welcome, everybody. And if you could, please give us a sound check. And I am on our Facebook page, hoping to see it come up myself.
We have a sounds good from our staff.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. All righty. Yep. It finally popped up in my screen.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Glad you're joining us.
Good morning. Okay, there we go. Donald saying loud and clear from Georgia in the house. Welcome, Donald. Congrats on your numbers. I think you hit the 200K, if I remember 2-3 weeks ago. So high five on that. Good morning, Jorge. Good phantasmagoric morning. Woo! Phantasmagoric. Brian, that's a first for me. That's a first.
Well, Jorge was our guest several weeks ago on Saturday Morning Live, and it was a phantasmagoric session. I recall that.
Absolutely. Phantasmagoric. Selena, good morning. Gina in the house. Good morning. Heather, Aaron Stich, Park City in the house. Hope it's beautiful weather there in Park City. I've been there. Absolutely gorgeous. Right outside of Salt Lake, if memory serves me correctly. Who else do we have? Go ahead and post in the panel, in the comment section, I should say. Let us know that you're here. I got my morning cup of joe. Brian, have you been able to get anything in yet?
Oh, yes, I have. Got mine too.
Good, good. Because Brian is 2 hours later than, later than me. So being on the West Coast, it's coming up on 7 o'clock your time, right? Do I have that right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm an early riser, so this is fine with me.
Yeah, you are one of those 5 a.m.ers. Okay, Aaron, it's 33 degrees? Wow. Okay. Takeaways will be absorbed again today, says Donald. Thanks in advance. Sharon in the house, Eugene, Cindy, hello, Sydney. Okay, Aaron, he's got his EBS cup in his hand as well. Good morning to Elizabeth. Good morning to Listrin. I know you're brand new. Congratulations. Good morning to you, Listrin. All right. Well, it's top of the hour, and we are always very timely. And so we're going to get started with our call again. Welcome, everybody. I'm Ann Stich, founder of the E-commerce Business School. We have with us, of course, the awesome and amazing Brian Cummings, our Director of Training and Coaching. So this is Saturday Morning Live. We do this every single Saturday at 9 a.m. Central. You can count on that. And if you are on our subscriber list, then you are notified of this. You get an email on Friday letting you know what we're going to be covering. So a very warm welcome to everybody. So let's do this. Let's move to the next slide there, Brian, which is to welcome all our new members. Now, I did happen to notice Listrin is here. I think, Listrin, you joined 2-3 days ago with the great and awesome Coach Kurt, if my memory serves me correctly. Good morning to Emily Sanchez. We miss you, Brian, says Emily. Well, the good news, Emily, is we're going to be in Florida again.
This is Lisa Sanchez. You know, the part of the dynamic duo, Jeanette and Lisa.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, so I have someone else. What's his Emily, Bill?
Emily's just her Facebook name.
Got it. That confused me, but the face I knew was Lisa. That's what I knew. Daria in the house, Patricia, Amanda. Okay, let's just say yes with the awesome Coach Kurt. Good deal. All righty. So again, like I say, we do this every single week. All right. Now we're welcoming in our new members. And if you are new, go ahead and let us know, because your fellow members will give you high fives and kudos. Oh, I know what I was going to loop back to. I don't know if it's in the slides, but we are having another get together. Is it in the slides about our Florida?
It isn't.
Oh, it's not. Ooh, okay. So listen up carefully. All you Floridians, a number of the team, of the EBS team, will be in Florida on Tuesday, the 21st. Yes. Mm-hmm. From 5 to 7. Apologies, we don't have that slide deck ready. But 5 to 7 and more in the Winter Park area. So If you want the details, email into our support desk, and we better get that news out there in a bigger way, Brian.
That's an evening mixer. So,
yeah,
so that you know.
Evening mixer. All righty. So welcome to the new members. Now we're on to the next slide, which is about our 3 pillars of e-commerce success. We want to make sure we touch base on this every single week in Saturday Morning Live. And so those 3 pillars of e-commerce success are pillar number 1, say it with me. Generate cash flow. Yep. Jumpstart your business and keep it going. That's why we start with the retail arbitrage method. Pillar number 2 is the automate systems. Why? Free up your time and scale up your business. And pillar number 3 is to build assets so you can pass on to your family or sell to investors for a profit. Those are our 3 pillars, and we're sticking to them. All right, on to the next slide. So we would love for you to share our Saturday Morning Live with others. And then there's a really convenient little share arrow that you will see on your phone. I'm going to guess 90% of you are on your phone, and you just click share, and you then have 2 options. One will go right to where you want it to go, or you then have the option to write in a little bit of text. Now, Brian, I learned something new today on Facebook, and I want to share it with everybody. So when we email you, which goes out at 11 a.m. on Fridays about our Saturday Morning Live, there's a link that takes you to our event on Facebook, on our page. And Brian, I clicked the button that said going. And when I click that button going, it allows me to share. How convenient is that? Yep. So feel free to share the good news of the e-commerce business school. We get many of our members referring people into the program because of how awesome their experience has been. So with that, feel free to share. Next is our weekly Feed the Beast challenge. Now, I had someone remark to me in a peak grad call. He said, "That's an interesting term, Ann. When you say feed the beast, that's just, wow, how did you come up with that, Ann?" I said, well, the beast is none other than Amazon, and Amazon's customer base is a rabid buyer base because of the convenience that Amazon affords people, especially through the Prime program. How many of you are Prime? Right in there, yes, if you are a Prime customer, meaning you have a Prime membership with Amazon. Write in yes if that's you. Just kind of curious, how many of you? Brian, are you a Prime member?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yep. It started for me with books, and I've got all these Post-it notes on the bottom of my 2 monitors, a bunch of books I want to buy, and I got to get that done. And where do I go, Brian, to get my books?
Amazon, of course.
Amazon, of course. Yep. Okay, people are saying yes. All right, so drum roll for the winner of the Feed the Beast Friday. So what this is about is where you post a screenshot of your FBA shipping or Amazon weekly sales every Friday in our cash flow systems group page. And so he's in the house, Aaron Stich. Congratulations,
Yay,
Aaron. Woohoo.
Way to go, Aaron.
So, Aaron with book sales. So Aaron is a big bookseller fan of specifically from your training, Brian. People may not know, but Brian was an Amazon bookseller for 5 years and made a 6-figure income just from the book category. And any of you are e-commerce acceleration, you have that book training available to you in your back office. So high five, everybody. Please give it up to Aaron. Boom, boom. And congrats to all our other participants. Lang, Gradzowitz, Lewis, Sakalis, and Marilyn, and Renata, and Sheila Long. Hey, Sheila, congratulations. Just catching your name. I know Ed Dassey, the great Ed Dassey, referred you in here. Shelly Van Buren, wow, she's been kicking it, Brian. She's really amping it up. And Tim Summers, how cool is that? Tim's been with us for a really long time. I sure would like to see that list, well, Brian, at least triple by next week. And those are the people who are participating in this challenge. So Aaron, Loretto most likely will reach out to you and say, hey, which gift do you want? Now, I know Aaron already has the t-shirt. He's got the mug. I don't know what else you have, Aaron, but you let us know. And if it's another mug, so be it. I've got about 5 of them myself. So, alrighty, give it up for Aaron. Thank you, everybody, for those warm kudos to Aaron. We'll go on to the next screen. Happy Labor Day, everybody. This is the weekend. So I'm really curious. I just talked to my hubby right before this call, and I said, here's my schedule for today, and here's what I'm planning on Labor Day. I'm kind of giving him the heads up, right? So you guys let me know, what are your plans for Labor Day? Right in the chat box, the comment section. I'd like to know. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, Brian. I'm working on EBS stuff. I'm working on EBS stuff.
You too? Really?
I really am. Shocker. Big shocker there. But I said, but we could go for a picnic later in the day. So he was excited about that. We like picnics. Oh, Chris, that's where I'm at, my dear. Chris says work. Who else? I mean, it's Labor Day after all. We should know the history of this, but I think it is honoring
workers,
the fact that we get to labor, right? Workers, like you say, give it up to workers. Woot, woot. Specifically, give it up to entrepreneurs.
That's the way that I think about it.
Yeah.
I have the freedom to work this Labor Day so that I can exchange that day for another day of my choosing when I want to not work, when I want to take time off.
Love it. Okay, lots of replies. I love it. Thank you, guys. Keep doing it. Patricia catching up on EBS videos. Michael May sourcing. Michael, high five. I think it was a 70K you just hit recently, or maybe it's even more than that already. But congratulations to Michael May in the house. Tia's going to order more products. Jorge, mucho exercise and work. Mucho. Dari, working on my business and a family barbecue. How fun. Keisha, shopping. Teresa, I'm feeding the beast. Sarah Hayes, there comes that exercise. Exercise is on my list for every day of my life. I have supposed to be an hour and a half dedicated every day. I do my best. Sarah, way to go. Work, says Chris. Yep. Okay. Good morning, Aid. Okay. So, all right, drum roll, you guys. This is going to be an awesome training. Some of you are already familiar with merchant fulfillment. Some of you are like, I don't know about this at all. Get paper and pen out. And this is being recorded here on Facebook, and it's going to be a totally awesome killer training. Because when Brian did this back in March of 2020, oh my gosh, the kudos came pouring in. So give it up to Brian, everybody. High five, Brian. So on to you, Brian.
All right. So we're going to talk about merchant fulfillment on Amazon. And merchant fulfillment is the term of you shipping the products yourself. You fulfill the orders rather than Amazon fulfilling the orders, which we call FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. So merchant fulfillment, a lot of people kind of look down at it compared to FBA. And of course, here in our training, most of our training revolves around FBA because of the advantages that FBA provides you in automating your business. However, there's some really good reasons to use merchant fulfillment, to ship the orders yourself or have it done for you outside of Amazon FBA. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what's required to do that, the 8 conditions. In fact, it's kind of funny, 8 conditions of which merchant fulfillment is better than FBA. I think in our announcement email, I had said 5 conditions. And as I was putting together the slides, I kept thinking, oh yeah, that's a good reason to use merchant fulfillment over FBA. Oh yeah, that's another one. And even this morning, I came up with one more idea of when merchant fulfillment is better than fulfilled by Amazon. So we'll talk about which products are best suited for merchant fulfilled sales and shipping, and then how to determine your merchant fulfilled profit, and then also where to get more awesome training on exactly how to do it. So this is an overview of what it's like to do merchant fulfillment, and then we have more training in our back office for you. That's free. Most people think about merchant fulfillment as the fulfillment of orders. Primarily, it's you got to do the orders yourself, and I don't want to do those orders. I don't want to ship them out. That's why I'm using FBA. So that's kind of the main thing that people think of. Oh, it's more work than FBA. But it doesn't have to be. And if you set up the systems correctly, you can do merchant fulfillment and you can do FBA both. Lots of times in which it's better to do this. So you can have a third-party fulfillment center do your fulfilling of orders. Just like the prep center that preps your products for FBA, many of them will also ship your orders to customers too. So they'll fulfill those Amazon orders. Or you can self-fulfill. And this is a picture of Candy in our office right now packing up products. And when I first started on Amazon 11, 12 years ago, that's what I did. I shipped all my books myself. And then I hired Candy to ship my books. And this was in the infancy of FBA. They had just started. And so it took me a few months before I realized the advantages of FBA and started sending my products into Amazon's fulfillment warehouses. Since then, I went to 100% or 99% FBA. And then when I started doing print on demand, I realized there were some advantages to merchant fulfillment. And so we'll talk about those advantagements. If you are going to self-fulfill, you're going to need some supplies, you're going to need a workspace, you're going to need some labor. So you're going to have a space set up to do this. And of course, it's going to take effort to do this. This is Kaylin. She works for me as well as Candy, fulfilling orders. This is the workspace right there. We have a printer that's dedicated to printing labels for this, for postage, a scale, supplies, everything that you need. So we're set up to do this. And of course, I don't do it myself, which is the system that I recommend that you put in place. You either use a fulfillment center or you hire somebody to prep your products. You're also going to see a difference here in the orders page on Amazon. So there's an FBA orders page, but many of you may not realize there's also an FBM, fulfilled by merchant orders page. And on it, it's got all the information about your customers, the shipping address, and in addition to that, availability of Amazon's buy shipping service. Now, buy shipping makes the postage part or the shipping label part of self-fulfilling really, really easy. It's a very, very simple process. Amazon will provide you with discounted postage or discounted shipping labels. You just print them out and put the label on the box and send it off. Amazon determines what the cheapest method of shipping is, especially that'll meet the timeline. So if somebody orders expedited, it'll determine what shipping methods will meet the expedited time requirements. You can put your weights in there, everything that you need, just print it out. It's really, really simple to do this. And also, it records the tracking number, and if you have any lost packages, Amazon covers that through their buy shipping service. So it's easier than you think to do merchant fulfillment. It's actually a very simple process. Let's go into those 8 reasons of why merchant fulfillment may be better than FBA. We talk about using FBA, one, because of the automation of it. Amazon just automatically handles it. But the other is its advantage over gaining the buy box. So this isn't necessarily an advantage of merchant fulfillment, but there's a time when you can use merchant fulfillment and gain the same ability to win the buy box when there are no FBA offers. So this is the buy box right here. I think most of you know that. It's got the add the cart or the buy now button. And Amazon will favor FBA offers or prime offers here in this buy box over merchant fulfillment. Now, it's not the only qualifier they use to who wins the buy box. They do rotate it, and price is another factor. So you can compete against FBA offers if you're doing merchant fulfillment. However, when there are no FBA offers, you can easily win the buy box, and you don't have to worry about FBA, and you could save on those FBA fees, provided that the type of product that you have is conducive to doing merchant fulfillment, to shipping merchant fulfillment. So that's one of the advantages of merchant fulfillment. Another one here is when Amazon goes in and out of stock. So you know how you send in products to Amazon's fulfillment center, and then Amazon comes in and they lower the price, and then your products just sit there in the fulfillment center, and they're incurring storage fees, and maybe you wouldn't have bought as many. Well, this is another way to compete against Amazon. When you see this history in the Keep a chart where Amazon's going in and out of stock, if you ship merchant fulfillment, then you're not going to incur any of those fees. You can simply buy the product, you're warehousing it yourself. And then when Amazon goes out of stock, you can charge I guess you could say the non-Amazon price, a higher price for it, and easily win the buy box, get your profit that you want for it. Amazon comes in back in stock, you just wait them out. And you're not incurring any fees while you're waiting them out. So it's a great opportunity to use, I guess it's a safe opportunity to use merchant fulfillment. And just like that, also, when you're selling just a few products each month, you may not want to send in quite a few to FBA. In fact, you may not want to risk sending any at all into FBA. But when you see something like this on the Keep a chart, this is over 3 months right here, and you could see that there's maybe 10, 12 sales. See right here, the BSR drops, the Keep a drop says there's been only 6. Well, this is a great opportunity to catch those sales through merchant fulfillment, and you're not risking having a lot of inventory stuck at the fulfillment center. Okay, number 4. So those products with expiration dates, and they're frequently in grocery, in health and beauty, you'll find a lot of products have expiration dates. And Amazon has very strict rules around expiration dates. If you're sending those products into FBA, you've got to have an additional 90 days beyond the expiration date, or beyond what they call the consumption date. So with merchant fulfillment, you don't have to worry about that 90 days. You can send in products, or you can ship those products out anytime during that 90-day period that's coming up before the expiration date, where in FBA, you're going to have to pull those products back, or they're going to send them back to you. So another advantage of merchant fulfillment. How about hazmat products? There's a lot of products on Amazon that go to a hazmat center, and either Amazon won't send them out, or you have to ship them into that special hazmat center. There's additional shipping requirements and additional costs to sending into their hazmat center. Well, many of these items you can send through the Postal Service or UPS without any challenges, like lithium batteries. So when you are looking at the product, and if you're using a tool like AZ Insight right here, it's got that little hazmat indicator that pops up in red. And this is what it looks like when it's blown up. When you see that, you know that you're either going to have to be qualified for hazmat, send it into Amazon's FBA hazmat center, or you can just simply merchant fulfill it yourself. Now, a lot of these products that have hazmat are not being sold through Prime. I know this one is right here, but many products are not, because they're just either Amazon won't allow it, or there's Prime sellers that just don't want the hassle of it. So it's another great opportunity for merchant fulfillment and winning the buy box on hazmat products. Okay, number 6. This one's fairly new. It's the restock limits. So Amazon's had storage limits for a while. And if you run out of storage, of course, you can ship through merchant fulfillment. Well, now they also have restock limits. And I know that when this came up last fall, it hit some of our members, including a couple of our coaches, that I guess you could say they stocked out. They didn't have enough storage here, enough capacity for sending in units into FBA, and they had products that they wanted to sell for Christmas time. So what did they do? They sold those products through merchant fulfillment. It's another advantage. If you run out of storage space through FBA, here's another way that you can stay in business with all those extra products. Number 7, drop shipping. This is what I do. Now, drop shipping you think about that as really large products here, products that would be really expensive to send into FBA because they're oversized. There's a lot of manufacturers that sell large products that will drop shoot. Trampolines, and especially the big trampolines, swing sets, refrigerators, large appliances, all kinds of things like that. There are manufacturers out there that will drop ship the product to your customer. So you list the product on Amazon and you don't actually purchase it until the product sells. And then you purchase it from the supplier, the manufacturer, have them send it to your customer, and you avoid all those FBA fees, shipping fees like that. So it's a great deal to drop ship on Amazon. Now, note that you can't drop ship from a retail store like Walmart. It has to be from a manufacturer supplier where you are the seller of a record. So you can't do it from retail stores, but you can do it from suppliers. You can also do that with print on demand. And most print on demand sellers have a print on demand company that prints the product for them and sends that to the customer. So it's the same idea. You're creating a mock-up of the product, create the listing on Amazon. You haven't actually purchased the product. Somebody orders your product, and then the print-on-demand supplier prints the design on the product and sends it off to the customer. And many of you know that's my main process of selling on Amazon is through print-on-demand. So merchant fulfillment, it's great. We also do personalized products with print on demand. And if you personalize it, you can't send it into the warehouse, to Amazon's warehouse, because you don't know what the personalization is going to be from the customer until they actually order it. So another merchant fulfilled process is selling personalized items.
Ryan, I'm just going to quickly add in, we've got people commenting. They're really identifying with how helpful this is going to be. Rich Ziegler says this will work well since we also have Shopify and eBay stores. And hey, welcome, Rich. And who was Teresa Clark says, this is my current challenge is storage limit. So Brian, you're right. This is a long, long list of benefits.
Mm-hmm. And merchant fulfillment, I mean, this is what everybody did before FBA anyway. So it's not like it's a big challenge. You do have to have some space or just use a fulfillment center. Many of you are already doing that for FBA. So it would be the same process. You're sending your products to them and saying, send those into Amazon, but hold on to these and fulfill those when we have an order. Okay, last one. And this one's kind of my favorite because this is a special technique. And I love getting a competitive edge over other sellers. And this is one in which you can do that. So this is seasonal products and special sales for those products, particularly Black Friday. And so you'll have this opportunity to do this. So you know those crazy Black Friday sales, and who knows what's going to happen this year, last year because of COVID, but we still saw Black Friday sales going on. And you can go get products at really cheap prices, those doorbusters and such. Well, if you're going to a retail store and picking those up, you can list the merchant fulfillment right there in the store if you wanted to. In fact, I've done this. I've been standing in line just like these people are, and I've got this great product, and I was able to pick up a dozen of them. They're there in my cart, and while I'm waiting in line, I list them through the Amazon Seller app on Amazon. They're live on Amazon as I'm sitting there waiting to check out. And I've actually had an order before I even purchased the product at the checkout line. I already had an order. So then I, buy the 12 units and drive home, and I'm collecting orders on this. Now, if I were sending these into FBA, well, what happens? You know that, like I do, that there's a lot of savvy shoppers that sell through Amazon and specifically FBA. So they're buying these products, they go home, they create the shipping plan, they send them into Amazon FBA. The price starts to come down because of all the sellers doing that. But I sold mine out through merchant fulfillment on that first or second day, well before all those FBA products got there. So this is a fun little tip to do. You'll feel like you're pretty cool if you do this and you have a sale before you even check out. Okay, so that's 8 reasons. There's probably a couple more that I didn't even think of for doing merchant fulfillment. 8 great reasons to do merchant fulfillment. So merchant fulfillment sounds good, right? But it's not great for all products. And there's 2 things that you really need to know about merchant fulfillment: the size and weight of the products, and then the packaging of the products. If you're selling heavy items or large, bulky items through merchant fulfillment, be ready to know ahead of time what your shipping cost is going to be. This has been the biggest mistake about people that jump into merchant fulfillment. They list the product and they don't think about their cost in shipping, and it can be really, really expensive. So what works best for merchant fulfillment are small, lightweight items. If it'll fit in a priority mailbox, you're probably okay to do that. If it weighs less than a pound, you can send it through first class mail. You're going to be okay if it's a small, lightweight product. In other words, if it's a big, heavy product, it's going to serve you to sell that through FBA because Amazon can ship that product cheaper than you can. Either that, or you're going to have to charge a significant shipping charge on it to cover your postage or covering your shipping expense. Also, a lot of people don't consider ahead of time how well they need to pack fragile items. And so ahead of time, before you list the product, you need to find out how you're going to ship the product, the weight, and your cost for shipping. And we have this in our merchant fulfillment training, so it'll tell you all about it. Just know that this is a snafu that a lot of first-time merchant fulfill sellers run into, that they didn't anticipate it and they lose their profit on some of those products because they didn't price the product correctly. So how can you determine your merchant fulfilled profit? Well, if you're using AZ Insight, this tool right here, you can put the price in here for both merchant fulfillment and FBA along with your cost, and it'll determine your profit. Now you'll see here that merchant fulfillment is actually, there's more profit for merchant fulfillment than there is for FBA. And that's often the case on small, lightweight items because of the fulfillment fees that you pay up front, just that pick and pack part of the fulfillment fee that Amazon charges you. You don't have to pay that. You're just paying typically the 15% for the referral fee. But also in AZ Insight, they allow you to put in shipping costs. If you want to charge shipping, there's a default shipping fee that you can put in there along with your own expense for it, and it'll calculate all that for you, as you can see here in the seller fees breakdown. So it's a really nifty tool to be looking at your profit of merchant fulfillment versus FBA, and you can decide there which way is going to be better for you depending on the product itself. So where do you go to get this training? Go into our back office under Advanced Training. It's there for all e-commerce acceleration members. You've got this in your back office. Advanced Training, it's called the Amazon Merchant Fulfillment Training. And you're going to learn there basically what I've just told you about the difference between FBA and Merchant Fulfilled. We'll go into detail about how to calculate all those fulfillment costs, how to set up what's known as a shipping matrix on Amazon, how to safely pack your products, print the postage, fulfilling those orders. It's all in there in the Amazon Merchant Fulfillment Training.
Brian, can you make clear who that is available to? I'm going to guess there's going to be it says advanced training, meaning in which of our students? If you're available to?
If you're an e-commerce acceleration member, it's in there. It's available to all e-commerce acceleration members.
Okay.
So
perfect.
peak performers, if you're a peak performer with us, you've got it.
Okay, awesome. I'd like to ask people, this felt like a fire hose. I mean, this is like, for people who have not seen Merchant Fulfilled, wow, that, and it helps me with that and that and that. So I would like to know if people can write in the comments section, what was your biggest takeaway or how you see this? And I know some of you are brand new, so it probably doesn't apply. More so those who are already shipping products in. Could you see anything that was directly applicable to you? Like, Yeah, that's the one I want to use. Can you write in the comment section, folks? Let us know. And Grace is saying, Brian, thank you. This is so good. So we'll give you guys time. We know there's a little sound delay here. So you guys go ahead and write in, what was the biggest takeaway? What was like maybe your favorite? You know, that's the one that I want to use. Go ahead and write in the comment section. And while that's going on, I want to address it with Cindy, who asked about our Florida workshop, pardon me, not the Florida workshop, mixer. Can we bring guests who are interested in EBS? And the answer is a resounding yes. That's a big part of why we do it. Number one is to connect with our fellow members, but the other is bring guests, which is what folks did in June. We had Brian several guests. So by all means, feel free to bring guests. So it'll be at a restaurant. We'll be having dinner together. All righty. So let's see. Okay, here we go, Brian. And Brian, in the meantime, if you can just check your Skype message from me too, and I'm going to read off some of these. Okay, perfect. All right. So, wow. Okay, they came pouring in while I was talking about that. Yes, when the storage limit is full, says Sarah Hayes. Ronnie Palmer can help with FBA storage limitations. Jorge, ability to maintain better control of sourcing and overall cost of moving a product. Donald's takeaway, strong alternative to FBA, and it works with my eBay channels. Awesome. Keisha, some good nuggets. Thank you, Brian. Michael May, getting products sold faster. Zoe, Brian, thank you. This is so good. Favor, thanks, Brian. This was useful. Patricia, I love that we have our own training in the back office. Yeah, you got that right, Patricia. We're always looking out for you guys. Nicole, workaround for small hazmat items. Excellent. Yep. Elizabeth Oval, can you sell gated products as FBM on Amazon? That's a good question, Brian.
Elizabeth, I wish we could. If a product is gated, it doesn't matter whether you're selling fulfilled by merchant or FBA, it's still gated. So those restricted brands and gated categories, you're going to have to go through that either way. You won't be able to list the product in the first place.
A good question. Okay, Ronnie coming in again here says offset some FBA fees, Dari avoiding storage fees. Neil, I can use FBM to sell hazmat products that I already purchased but can't sell through FBA. Ding, ding, ding. Yep. Cindy, possibly be easier way to sell perfume. Keisha, understanding the pros and the cons of doing FBM. Yeah, very good. And Elizabeth saying thank you.
So Donald said, strong alternative to FBA, and it works with my eBay channels. So for those of you that sell on more than one platform, and eBay's a great place to sell, especially at Christmas time. If you're doing your own fulfillment, then it really doesn't matter what the platform is. Your product isn't locked up in Amazon's fulfillment center. Now, if it is in Amazon's fulfillment center, you can do a multi-channel fulfillment order with Amazon. We talk about that in our training as well, or you can ask about that on our Facebook group, our Mastermind group. You can have Amazon fulfill your orders, and sometimes it's cost effective, especially with larger items, to have them do it instead of you do it. So watch the Amazon merchant fulfillment training and you'll learn about that, which products are better.
All right, here's Valerie. I found FBM better on a couple of small products that I could not purchase online. Profitable product by picking up in the store. Megan says a quicker turnaround of products. Anna has a question, very good information, but how do you go about this? All right, so we have an advanced training in our back office. I don't know if you're still sharing that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. And so it is available through the e-commerce business school to our e-commerce acceleration members. I'm not sure if you're in e-commerce acceleration, Anna. If you have further questions about that, you can feel free to email into our support, and that's support@ecommercebusinessschool.com. Farhawat says, I feel like I like to use both FBA and FBM to fulfill orders. Is that possible?
Not only is it possible, but you can have two listings on the same product, one for FBA and another one for merchant fulfilled. And there are times in which you might want to do that. So it's totally okay with Amazon to have that, and you'd have two listings in there, both ways.
That's called clever dog. The clever dog. Yes, I can be found in multiple ways. You know, your product being found and getting those eyeballs from those precious Amazon sellers. Okay, so thank you again, everybody. And I have a couple more announcements here. So again, you go to your back office, and as Brian is pointing there with the arrow, you go to advanced training. This is going to be extremely helpful as we head into Q4, because we've just given you another tool in your toolbox to help you really max out during your Q4 selling season. Remember, Brian, when you were in the store with you and Terry, and you had a product that you hadn't even finished paying for it in the store, and it was already sold, right? Am I right about that?
Yep,
That was
yep.
several years ago. So that's clever dog too. Okay, Shannon, can you have the warehouse send to client who has purchased? Usually it's free shipping. I don't know if I quite understand that
Well,
one.
Shannon, I'm not sure if you're talking about a third-party fulfillment center, or if you're talking about Amazon's FBA fulfillment centers. But either way, you can have, depending on the third-party fulfillment center, you can have that shipped to a friend. Amazon is just going to charge you shipping fees. The same thing with the other, a fulfillment center. You're going to have to pay those shipping fees. As far as free shipping, well, that's a matter of what the customer pays and whether or not you choose to allow free shipping or charge shipping. Like on mugs like this, I charge $4.99 shipping to do that, and that covers my shipping cost. I could raise the price of the product and then offer free shipping. It's just a choice that you get to make.
Yeah, and Favor, that is correct. Can you list FBA and FBM on the same product? The answer is yes. Ryan just mentioned that. By the way, this is recorded if you guys want to come back and listen again, which I would recommend. But of course, the application side of it is in our e-commerce business school back office. And Keisha coming in saying, Brian, you are a great teacher.
Thank you, Keisha. This is what I love doing. I think it shows that I enjoy it.
This is a true statement. Brian truly enjoys this. I can guarantee you that. Alrighty, so we're going to go into the next slide, which is an announcement about a mastermind, a specialty mastermind that's starting this coming Thursday, September 9th. We have 3 seats left. Now, what this is called is Ungating and Brand Expansion Mastermind. And I'll just go through the bullets really quickly. Discover the secrets of brand ungating, meaning getting to be able to sell Burt's Bees and Nikes and Starbucks, etc. Expand your Amazon business with popular in-demand brands and products unavailable to other sellers. Learn the exact documents that Amazon wants you to send to speed you through the approval process. Be aware of trouble brands. They absolutely need to avoid selling on Amazon. Learn which brand distributors are recognized by Amazon for easy brand ungating. Discover which brands to use to unlock product categories. Very clever strategy there. And discover hidden online lists with direct phone lines to thousands of name brand product manufacturers and distributors. So let us know in the comments section if you're interested, and we'll get you the link. And I actually have it, and I'll post in the link as well. So we'll go to the next slide there. So again, it starts this Thursday with Candida, who is one of our master trainers and coaches. And there are some bonuses that come with this as well. And that's wholesale sourcing from home. Bonus number 2 is Kurt's online arbitrage bundle strategy. And bonus number 3 is gaining a competitive edge with wholesale sourcing. So those are 3 extra bonuses that come when you get into Candida's Ungating. And so if you are interested, there are 3 seats left, and I'm going to actually post that link in there for everybody.
Loretto has posted it in there.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. What a team. Awesome, awesome. Okay, and then we'll move on to the next slide. So again, that is coming up this Thursday, 3 seats left. So those of you who are watching this and you're not yet a community member here inside the e-commerce business school, to learn more about us, go to our homepage. All you need to do is type in joinebs.com in your browser, joinebs.com, and it'll take you right to our homepage. And then you can learn more about us. We'll go on to the next slide. And so, guys, hustle and heart, it's what sets us apart. Hustling, that's what you got to do to grow your business, especially now, right, Brian? Q4. This is the
It's
time to hustle.
coming. It's coming. That's right.
You got to be slinging that axe. This is the time. And heart. We truly are a heart-based, heartfelt community. We love into our members, and we appreciate the kudos back. And then the love that you share with other members, especially in our group page, the e-commerce cash flow system group page. So again, next slide is to go to our homepage, access our free training and numerous student success stories. So with that, thank you everyone so much for being here with us again for this weekly edition of Saturday Morning Live. Thank you, Brian, for putting together this awesome training and adding in so many smart reasons, so many more benefits to the merchant fulfilled model. So I thank and appreciate you so much, Brian.
It's my pleasure, truly.
All right. See you next week,
everyone.
everyone.
Wonderful Labor Day weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.